All right, guys, what is going on? Thank you for joining me today. I figured today I would talk about the grade breaking since I missed it on the last video. So, that last video, I said it was a towing review, and basically it's my towing review because it's the stuff that I think is important when I'm towing, especially 30-foot trailer. It only weighs 7,000 pounds, but it catches a lot of wind, so the truck is more than adequate to handle that. And so that's what I'm talking about, because that's what affects me. Now, max trailer towing, something like that, you probably want a diesel, I would imagine. Towing 14,000 pounds with this thing would be, it'd do it, but, I'm not sure I'd want to stress it out like that. But for what I'm doing, 7,000 pound travel trailer, the truck is doing great. And I wanted to talk about the grade breaking a little bit, because I did miss that in the last video. I kind of talked about power, the suck and push of the semi trucks and stuff like that, but I didn't touch on that. So compared to the half ton, it does a way better job at the grade breaking, like literally in tow haul. Like if you tap the brake, it'll downshift, and if you really need it, it'll wind out and it'll slow you down excuse me, quite nicely. And so I have no problems, no issues with the grade breaking. I think it works fine. I think it works really good. And then the one thing I didn't really touch on the last video was I talked about the power a little bit, and how when you're climbing a hill, it doesn't necessarily downshift. Like, if it drops way too low, it'll downshift. But for the most part, it'll really use that torque and it'll keep you from dropping. And so, you might run a couple miles an hour slower. But I'm not sure if I made that clear or not in that last video. Another thing is the difference in power between the half ton is that on the half ton, like let's say you're on a 2-lane, and there's an old busted motorhome or something in front of you that's only doing 45 or 50, and your chance to pass them is climbing a little grade or something like that. The half ton pulling that travel trailer, you'd mash it and it would be like, all right, I'll go a little bit. Like it was pretty slow. Like with this one, it goes. It don't have any problems really. Even when like normal taking off and stuff like that, like you can tell the weight's back there, but it winds out like you're just driving a normal, like you're driving normal. So it's not, in that aspect, I think it's better than the half ton. As far as mileage goes, I wanted to update you on that right now. So I've got 211 miles on this trip, and I set this when I got home from camping, and right now it's telling me that I'm doing 12.5 mpg. So I think it's getting a little bit better. I don't know, maybe as it breaks in, I'm not sure, but I've got almost 3,000 miles on the truck. So like I said, I'm not sure if it's because it's breaking in, or everything's just kind of, all the fuel trims and everything, the computer's learning and it's doing better things. But I don't know, I'm getting 12.5, and so I'll keep you posted on that, let you know, if that changes. But it did seem a little low before. Am I worried about it? Not really. 12.5, I was getting like 13 when I had the Jeep. I drove that for 2 years, and like it didn't bother me. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, what are you expecting out of your truck? One of those kind of things. Because if you're paying for a car that doesn't really do anything other than drive you back and forth to work, then you'd probably be upset if it got horrible mileage. But if you're paying for something that does something for you, like the Jeep crawled rocks, got me out, this thing tows the trailer, gets me everywhere, hauls a bunch of stuff. So it does the things that I want it to do. And I know that the heavier the truck, the worse mileage it's going to give, but the better it's going to do, doing the things that you want it to do. So on this last trip, I hit some thunderstorms again on the way. I did end up pulling over. I was like I said, when I'm talking about the 3/4 ton and the wind, that the trailer does all the moving. The truck doesn't really do a whole lot of moving. Like you just look and you see the trailer, and once it's going to a certain level, then I usually pop off. So and I'll just get off and just chill out, just ride it out. I'd rather be parked and have the wind blow and move along, because these thunderstorms, they come up quick, they leave quick, and it's better to just not be on the road, especially when it's blowing you around. And like I said, every trailer has a different, you know, they all tow different, you know, it's just the nature of it. You know, some of them have more weight in the back, some of them have more weight on the side, some of them have, you know what I mean? So where are the axles positioned? So they're all a little bit different. They're all, you know, basically set up to give you the 10% of tongue weight that you need, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of other factors. So, you know, don't just think you're gonna hook up to one trailer and pull it great, and then the next one's gonna be, and I'm talking like travel trailers specifically, you know, they're all a little bit different. Especially when I used to tow them around town for like shows and stuff. You know, you get some of them that are just, they're squirrely, and some of them they just don't move at all. So so all of them are different. So on this last trip, hit a little of that thunderstorm, pulled over for just a little bit, let the tail end pass, and then we were off, and ended up getting to our campsite late, and we had to mud bog it. So I'm gonna post at the end of this, I'll put a little clip of kind of like our trip, and you know how that went down, and a little bit of the mud. I mean, it was so dark I couldn't really record myself going through the mud, but there was a couple sections to where I knew that I had to stay out of the deep ruts, but at the same time I had to just mash it, because you know, if I had went slow, I'd have probably got stuck. So I was keeping my speed up, had traction control off, and a couple times I just had to mash it, and you know, you could feel it sliding you around, and it was pretty fun. So that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna roll a clip of that. I wanted to touch on the grade braking and just kind of say what's up, and that is it. I hope you guys are having a good week, and I'll post this video here, and you guys take it easy till the next one. I'll have something else to talk about on this thing. I did get the windows tinted, so that's been nice, especially with the freaking heat here, man. This year has been freaking, God, it has been so damn hot here, like 118s, 120s. I mean, it's been freaking brutal this year. But now we're in monsoon season, so it's, I don't know if it's, I think the monsoon season is kind of worse. Like, you know, I mean, every once in a while it'll rain and it'll cool it off for a little bit, but then it's just super moist after that. So swamp ass is real, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it just makes everything kind of miserable and shitty. So, but anyways, I'm gonna roll that clip, let you check that out. Hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to you on the next one. All right, fellas. Well, another weekend, another freaking thunderstorm. So we were monitoring it. We were monitoring the radar all day, and it looked good. And then we left town, and we seen this one popping up in this city up here called Mesquite that we're going to be driving through. Oh shit! Is that lightning? But anyways, it's like we were driving right into it. The wind got really bad, and we're just pulling over. So we're going to kick back, chill in the car, eat, and just play it safe, because it's going to be blowing over here in a little while. So if we got to sit here for an hour or so, we will do it, so we can get there safe. But yeah, it was going good for a while too. I was like 67, just, you know, just mashing it, rolling along, and then all of a sudden started to get that wind picking up, and I knew this exit was here, so we just gonna chill. I'll keep you in the loop. All right, so we made it to Mesquite. So we sat there for a little while. Maybe everybody just kind of went to the bathroom, and then we looked at the radar again, and we noticed that we were just kind of driving into the ass end of storm that's going that way. That was pretty bad. Blowing us around pretty good. I mean, I probably could have drove through it. It was nothing like the other day, but it was going pretty good, and then it was starting to rain. So we just got off for a little bit. We knew that there was going to be a little bit of a break in it, and so then there was. So then we got back on. We were able to do like just 60 all the way over here. I mean, I probably could have pushed it because the wind died down right after that storm blew over, and then there's another storm that's like coming through. I think it's kind of going around. I'm not sure, but it looked like it had a little bit of a red area. But I'll take you over here. I'll show you some of the lightning. But yeah, there was some really good lightning from it. Whoa, yeah, you see that? So we figured we were, you know, we were pretty close, so we could just make it. And it didn't look that bad on the Doppler, so we decided to do it, and it worked out. So then now we're further, and by the time we get food and eat, it'll be perfect timing to get to where we're going. Everything looks to be clearing up after. So hell to the, I don't know if you can see this, but how freaking cool is that? All right, guys, another beautiful morning at the spot. So as I said,
definitely got a rainstorm. Like it rained like a mug here before we got here. And we had to mud bog it in a little bit. Had to get a little mud on the tires, you know what I'm saying? So, look at the trailer. Yeah, if I had some tires that stuck out, the whole truck would be a freaking wreck, but it's not too bad. But we got here, got set up, and I don't even think I crashed till like 2 o'clock. Well, 2 o'clock my time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of mud. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm cool. But anyways, so we were trying to go to our one spot that we went to last week, which is like right there by the trees. But then if you see that section right there, like I walked everything before I drove it, and it was just a freaking mud bog, like trying to suck my shoe off kind of mud. And I didn't want to deal with that in the middle of the night, so we just decided, since this was open and I kind of knew that this road would be all hard packed, that we just come here. And it's not that warm. Like the one time we came, it was hot and the sun was just beating us up, but yeah, it's really nice right now. Nice and cool from the rain, and birds chirping and cows mooing. So we were gonna go to a Pioneer Day parade, but I don't think we'll make it. I think we slept in a little bit too long, but no, we'll find something to do today.
All right, guys, so we're rolling. So we left for a couple hours to go have a little picnic over at the reservoir, and then we checked the Doppler on the way back, and it looks like right over where we're camping, which last night we had a mud bog to, is now got a little red action over it, and it's right up there, up the road. So it should be, it's a gnarly looking storm, so we will see what happens, and I will keep you updated.
All right, so we made it back. It didn't look like it really rained too much on the road. It looks like everything's over here, and then I'm hoping, like some of it's coming this way, but I hope that it just keeps going that way, because it's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna get up inside and chill it out for a few and let the sucker pass so I don't get zapped. But it's 66 degrees, so it's pretty awesome. Ah. Well, I'm certainly monitoring the situation. I'm hoping that, I think it's moving that way. So we may catch a little bit, but hopefully it stays over that ridge. But it's so crazy because it's just like really like non-stop lightning. It's not super loud, so I think it's a little ways away. It looked really hairy. We're driving up the mountain, we got into some wind and stuff, but didn't make it here, so I'm hoping, but I don't know, we might get a little bit because it's coming over there. But it said it was an extreme thunderstorm, a 60-mile-an-hour wind, so I don't know. We will monitor, keep you in the loop, let you know what's up. Yeah, it's dried up pretty good, but it was kind of all like this last night. For the most part, like, you know, a little slick on the top, but you know, it wasn't like super deep. But it's beautiful. I'm glad we missed the thunderstorm. Like I'm listening to like a local radio station, an emergency broadcast came on and said that there's golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind. So I'm glad that we missed it, mainly because of well, I guess the hail and the wind, but that would suck for the truck, the wind to be rocking that trailer. But it passed, so hopefully we're clear for the night. I think we're gonna leave in the morning, that way we can get home before those afternoon storms build up. But oh man, it's just beautiful up here. I think it's like 68 or something like that with a breeze. Just can't beat it.